Steelers are opposed to bringing back Aaron Rodgers for yet another season. Stephen A., do you think McCarthy would be a good fit in Pittsburgh?
No. I think it's more of the same. There's no knock against him whatsoever. I know he's a Super Bowl champion. I know he can coach. And he's worthy of being a head coach in the National Football League. But after Mike Tomlin, I mean, if you're going to move in a different direction, move in a different direction. It can't be more the same. If you're offering, how are you going to sit up there and offer Steeler Nation Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers in 2026? Really? That's what you're offering them after Mike Tomlin walks out the door? That's not going to whet anybody's appetite. That's not going to satisfy anybody. You want to move in a different direction, move in a completely different direction. Go out there and get, find the next Mike Tomlin. Go out there and find somebody like that. Move in a totally different direction. This would be more of the same, and it would do nothing to entice or to intrigue or to entertain Steeler fans at all. Absolutely nothing.
This would signify hiring Mike McCarthy and trying to bring Aaron Rodgers back would signify that there's a delusion within the building about how much the Steelers need to rebuild. We have to remember Mike Tomlin wasn't fired. Mike Tomlin chose to step away from football. So this isn't an Art Rooney Jr. or General Manager Omar Khan decision, but it would be the most un-Steeler-like hire to hire Mike McCarthy. The Pittsburgh Steelers hire coaches that they can build with, coaches that they can keep around for decades, not coaches who are bridge coaches or coaches who can maintain the status quo. They go in a complete departure of what they had in order to build something new. And you had success from Bill Cowher, 11-5 in his first season. You had success from Mike Tomlin bringing his team to the playoffs in his first season and a Super Bowl in season 2. But they were able to inject new energy into an organization. That's not what Mike McCarthy is going to do. And if you hire him, it says to me what you're saying is, I don't believe that we need to rebuild. And when you look at a highly priced, underperforming defense, a below average wide receiver room, and an offense with no identity, you would be out of your mind to think that you don't have to break this thing down brick by brick in order to rebuild it.
The knock on the Steelers the last, 10 years? I don't know, since Big Ben retired, essentially, is that they've been putting a Band-Aid over this quarterback position instead of finding the long-term solution. If you hire Mike McCarthy at 62 years old, not to say that he can't still coach, and I know him and Aaron have a good relationship now, at least it seems like that, given the way they speak about each other. It feels like you're doing the same with the head coach. Yeah. You're providing a Band-Aid to someone that can work with Aaron Rodgers for the short term, not the long term. So I think that would send maybe the wrong message, as Stephen A. said, to Steelers Nation. However, at least you know that there's a good relationship and some chemistry between the quarterback and the head coach. I don't know.
It's going to be like, hey, you guys were mad we didn't win a playoff game. Let's bring in somebody that is last stop. He don't win playoff games either.
All right, well, that was a little harsh, but that's true. It's been a minute. It's been a long time.
Haven't had to do one in 20 years. What's going on?
We have always seen the Pittsburgh Steelers hire young, defensive-minded coaches. And yesterday, they had an older, offensive-minded head coach, Mike McCarthy, who's from Pittsburgh, who would love nothing more than to go back and coach the Pittsburgh Steelers. And while he does not fit the profile of any recent head coach that they've hired, he does qualify and he does bring certain attributes that would help this organization. And he is in play for the head coaching job. I'm not saying he's going to get it, but he's definitely a strong candidate. And here's the thing with the Pittsburgh Steelers that you have to remember. Right now, they are in something of quarterback purgatory. They're in a division with Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow in a year where they don't have a high draft pick. They're not drafting one there that they could play. There aren't a lot of free agent quarterbacks available, not a lot you could trade. What are you doing? So if you hire Mike McCarthy, maybe, just maybe, they've been open to bringing back Aaron Rodgers. Maybe that enhances the chances that they could have a reunion between Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy.
You're not the only one thinking that way. McCarthy got this endorsement from former Steeler quarterback Big Ben Roethlisberger for the exact same reason. Listen.
Mike McCarthy is an offensive-minded veteran coach, guy that's been there, done that. He has Pittsburgh ties. So he understands the Steeler way and what it is to be a Steeler and understands the Rooney family and how it works and all that kind of stuff. Downside to potentially that is how long would he keep coaching for? The potential positive side to him coming in here would be the potential of Aaron Rodgers coming back, right? They have a relationship together. Now, I don't know what the relationship is, but I assume that it's good enough. They won a Super Bowl together.
They did win that Super Bowl together. Shefty, and you were saying this morning, because I think there was a perception at the time that Rodgers got McCarthy fired in Green Bay. I have no inside knowledge on that one way or the other, but you were saying they have a good
I believe
relationship.
there's a respect there between the two men, and I believe that they would be open to working with one another. Now, look, here's the deal. If you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you can't hire Mike McCarthy because you think it's going to bring back Aaron Rodgers. You're hiring Mike McCarthy because you believe in the coach he is and you believe in the program he'll implement. One of the ancillary benefits of that could be that if Aaron Rodgers decides to return, that he'd have a head coach who he knows the system, that he's comfortable with, but you're not hiring him to bring back Aaron Rodgers. But it could be a side benefit of doing that.
No, this is a franchise that usually looks 20 years into the future. You wouldn't be making a decision based on
But you can't do that right now. You can't do that right now.
No, but I'm talking about hiring a coach that you believe you're going to have there and is going to take you through a generation. That's what they do with their coaches, not someone who's going to bring back a 43-year-old quarterback.
But they need somebody that can help get them to the next quarterback while these other teams in the division have a quarterback. And so Mike McCarthy might decide he might fit that bill.
Hiring Mike McCarthy and bringing Aaron back would be the worst decision Pittsburgh could make.
The worst?
The worst.
The worst.
And that's not an indictment on each of them or either of them individually. Mike McCarthy's a really good coach. Obviously, Aaron, one of the all-time greats. What are we doing, Pittsburgh? To hire Mike McCarthy and bring Aaron back is going to place you quite literally in the same position you're in right now in January of 2027. I said this when they made the moves last year. They're in the worst possible place. You just reiterated that, Shefty, because they're going to be good enough to win 9 or 10 games, and they're not going to be bad enough to finally get a quarterback. That would be a disastrous thing to do for your future.
Yeah, it's absolutely more of the same. I mean, but you got to think about it from the Pittsburgh Steelers perspective. And I'm not saying it's the right thing to do because it does seem like a lateral move for a lot of reasons. I would call it a bridge head coach is what it feels like. When you've heard the term bridge quarterback, it's like at least 62 years old. He's not going to coach for 20 years. So 5 to 10 years is your version of a bridge number one. So you're not going to get that. He's not the young defensive guy that like they talk about. That's been their process. It's not going to happen. But the fear is that they either make this decision wrong or the candidates they do see out there don't live up to that standard, and now they're stuck as an organization in a place where they've never been before.
Or where they've been for 3 years now, it feels like. Aaron's going to play good enough football where you're going to get 9 wins, 10 wins. You're going to be picking 20. Mike McCarthy's a good enough coach that you're going to be relevant in every single game and you're going to compete in every game. But you're going to be in the same place. You're willingly choosing to just cycle through the same process.
So who is the? I mean, if you're looking for a quarterback, Shefty, at this point, what kind of options do you have?
Well, Malik Willis is going to be a free agent quarterback. But again, we've got a whole pack of brain trust in Miami. They would figure to be in play for him.
He can't play for everybody.
Okay, and you've got Kyler Murray, who's going to be on the trade market. Tua Tagovailoa, who's going to be on the trade market.
Seems excited at this
It gets cold in Pittsburgh. I'm from there.
You could bring Justin Fields back if you want. They actually wanted him back. There are worse options right now than Justin.